What up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is a long time coming, but this is the finale of Seinfeld.
So this is kind of awkward because I feel like we took a very long time to get to this and it wasn't fully intentional. We had a baby and it was like a whole thing. Okay, that sounded like weird. He was born early.
The baby was intentional.
Yeah, the baby.
Stopping Seinfeld wasn't.
Yes, but he was born early, and then you have the newborn phase, which is a whole thing if you've been through it, But we're here now, ready to watch Seinfeld. I have been wanting to watch the finale, obviously. I want to see how the show ends. I'm excited for this. I know a lot of people have been like waiting for us to see the finale too.
I will say that this finale is controversial. I'm not going to say anything besides that. I'll let you kind of read between the lines. I only saw it one time when it first aired, and when it first aired I was like 8, so I still remember what happens, but I don't remember how it made me feel, which is weird to say. But having watched everything, well, not everything, but like I'll have a lot of the heavy hitters over the course of the last year and some change now. But I am interested to see, watching as an adult, how it's gonna make me feel about Seinfeld as a whole. Because there's parts of me that are wondering, just not spoiling anything for Casey, if it almost kind of wraps up perfectly. But there's also parts of me that think like, okay, I can understand why people don't like it.
We'll see. I have no idea what's gonna happen in the finale at all. I don't know any spoilers or anything, so I'll let you know afterwards what I think.
But if you want to have early access to our YouTube posting schedule, or have access to our full-length reactions of every episode of Seinfeld that we watch, they're available now on Patreon. And don't forget to check out our second channel, Casey and Anthony. That's where we post all of our vlog content. And also drop other show recommendations down in the comments below, because we just finished up the Boondocks. Smiling Friends is over for a while, at least until season 4. And we're only kind of doing South Park live right now, so there's some other opportunities for shows to replace some of these shows. And we're looking at some animated shows, but we're also interested in sitcoms as well too. So let us know your favorite sitcoms down in the comments below, and maybe we'll pick it for next time.
I can't eat this without ketchup. Would it kill her to check up on us?
George is still George.
Ask the people behind you.
Ask somebody else for their ketchup?
Are you using your ketchup?
That's so awkward.
What do you think? You want to give him the ketchup?
What the fuck?
You know what? I don't think so. I'm gonna need it from time to time.
How much ketchup are you eating? You can't just like have a dollop and then be done with it?
So what are you doing, lady? Want to go to the movies?
Nah, what for?
To see a movie.
I've been to the movies.
This ketchup ruined his day.
You go, you sit, you eat popcorn, you watch.
This is the best part.
When do I get my 15 minutes?
Planning. At least you have your health.
Health's not good enough.
Got to call Jill. I can't hear you so good. There's a lot of static.
Jill's father is in the hospital and you call to ask about him on a cell phone? Faux pas.
Everyone uses cell phones now.
was
Not
like-
relevant.
I was like, as opposed to what, a landline?
It's like saying I don't want to take up any of my important time in my home, so I'll just get it out of the way on the street.
Like, I couldn't even comprehend that.
Didn't age well.
I was like, what?
Hi, this is Jerry Seinfeld calling for James Kimbrough. Okay, bye-bye. He is the new president of NBC. He wants to sit down with us and talk about Jerry.
They want to revive it.
Oh.
Water. Need some water?
If he says he doesn't want it to be a show about nothing, don't go nuts.
It's fine. It doesn't have to be about nothing.
George is gonna like overthink it and then say something.
This is James Kimbrough.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Thanks for coming in.
Kimbrough.
Don't spell.
K-I-M.
Oh no,
Oh,
he's
no!
doing this again.
He always overdoes it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a talent I have.
Got it though.
Oh.
Someday out there, huh? Did you ever see weather like that? Woo!
He's like on it today.
When I took over here last month, I reviewed what was in development. It was pretty much same old, same old. I was looking for something different. Something that would have people talking at the water coolers.
I feel like America's missing out on a lot of shows like that
Yeah.
nowadays.
I saw the pilot, and I've got to tell you, I flipped out. What I want to do is put it on the air.
Wow.
This show needs time to grow. I love that Kramer guy. And Elaine. I wouldn't mind seeing something happening between you two.
Definitely.
I tell you, I really don't think so. Cool.
What?
Relationship humor is what this show's all about.
Or we could not do the show altogether. How about that?
Oh.
Or we could get them together.
Okay, well that went very well, which is concerning.
Hi, it's Elaine. I'm calling from my home. Indoors.
They got in her head.
I was just calling to see how your father... I'm sorry, I'm getting another call. Hang on just a second.
Oh my gosh, this is worse.
Okay, this is way worse.
This is an emergency. Get off the phone.
I'm sorry, Jill. I'm gonna have to take this call.
You could have just finished it up real quick.
Jerry's back on the TV show. George and I are moving to California.
He's on the other line talking to Jill.
So now she's lost a phone face-off?
They picked up the show?
I'm moving to California.
Baby doll, this kid's going places, I told you.
You never said that about George.
You know how to write?
Without the writing, you have nothing. You're the ones that make them look good.
That's true. I've seen good actors being like shit writing, and the show is shit.
And where are you going to get all the ideas?
When you leave him alone, you'll shatter his confidence.
NBC is letting me use their private jet, and I can go anywhere I want?
It all has to come crashing down, right? It's too good.
I had a little meeting today at NBC.
You know, I went swimming. I can't get this water out of my ear.
Get some swimmer's ear.
Well, the new guy at NBC wants to do it. They're putting it on the air.
You're moving to California. Hey, what happens if the show's a hit? You might never come back.
He left. But I mean, he did almost get arrested for murder.
It's L.A. Nobody leaves. She's a seductress. She's a siren. She's a virgin. She's a whore.
So, where we going?
Ah, well, I say Japan.
Oh, hell yeah.
yes.
Kramer knows exactly how to do it.
Why don't we just all go to Paris?
I'll go to Paris.
Oh, I guess they found a place. Are they actually gonna travel? Because that'd be kind of fun. Newman.
Hello, Newman.
I was speaking earlier with Kramer, and he mentioned something about a private jet to Paris.
He just wants to go to Paris.
I hear it's quite beautiful there this time of year, and of course you know I'm 1/4 French. Take me! Take me!
Oh, forget it.
Mark my words, Seinfeld. Your day of reckoning is coming. I'll be there, watching as it all comes crumbling down.
I wonder if that's foreshadowing.
Ready to go to Paris?
All set. We'll just grab the bag.
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll take care of it
What
for
is
you.
he doing? Is he
Keeps on
filming?
getting better and better.
Things are getting too much better. Like, this is concerning. I just don't trust it. Nothing goes this well in this show.
Wow.
The only way to fly.
This is it?
George, this is it?
You're on a private jet.
I'm sorry. I have to say I'm a little disappointed. Thought it would be a lot nicer.
You are ruining the whole trip.
This is a real piece of junk.
Oh my gosh, George. Be grateful.
Will you turn around? You are annoying me sitting like that. It's effeminate.
It's effeminate.
I think it's a little effeminate.
How is this effeminate?
I feel like it's more like childish, if anything.
Crazy, what are you doing? You still got water in your ear.
Can't get rid of it.
I feel like you shouldn't jump around in an airplane, and I don't feel like it actually would do anything, but like logically, I feel like you shouldn't.
Kramer, don't be fooling around up here!
Oh my god!
Okay, that would do something.
Kramer! It was an accident!
What did he even do?
I'm gonna die! When I was doing great! I felt it! God wouldn't let me be successful!
Is this how it ends? It can't.
It's not, because we have so much longer.
Jerry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There's something I have to tell you. I cheated in the contest!
The contest?
Why?
Because I'm a cheater!
Jerry, I'm always...
Hey, what's going on?
Whoa! What was she about to say? That sounded like a
Love.
like a
Yeah.
or loathed you.
Why don't you take a cab into town, get yourself something to eat? I got your beeper number. I'll beep you as soon as we're ready.
All things considered, things are going very well because that could have been a lot worse.
All right, Fatso, out of the car.
Oh, what the heck?
I'm gonna capture this.
That's the first time.
Give me your wallet.
Here goes the money for the lipo.
Oh my
See,
god!
the great thing about robbing a fat guy is it's an easy getaway. They can't really chase you.
Oh my gosh! They're being awful.
It's less money for him to buy food.
That's a shame.
Oh my gosh!
That is horrible. They're like smiling.
Officer, I was carjacked. I was held up at gunpoint.
Kramer got it all on video.
Hold it right there. You're under arrest. The law requires you to help or assist anyone in danger as long as it's reasonable to do so. Called the Good Samaritan Law.
Good Samaritan law.
Good Samaritan. Okay.
Which they are not.
They're definitely not. But also, what if the guy would have had a gun? Like, I feel like there's a lot to this law that we could really talk about. Is like, realistically, what is realistic to do? But also, they just sat there and laughed and made fun of him.
You're the first ones to be arrested on it. Probably in the whole country.
Maybe you should call a lawyer.
Now, the law calls for a maximum fine of $85,000 and as much as 5 years in prison.
What? This seems like a very crazy punishment. And I guess they could have like called 911 at the very least.
Could have argued like, hey, I was capturing it on film for evidence.
Good Samaritan law. I never heard of it. You don't have to help anybody. That's what this country's all about. So a place is going to be swarming with media by the time this thing is over. Now we got to do whatever it takes to win it.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh. So they're gonna make like an example.
Guess we could have called for help.
But then we would have missed the whole thing.
Okay, but the fact that they have like no remorse about it.
I still had it on video. We could have watched it later.
I forgot about the video.
Problem is, the video probably captured all their remarks.
Yeah, like liposuction and whatever else. Is that Geraldo Rivera?
Latham is fairly quiet tonight, considering the media circus that has descended upon this quaint little town.
And what about the defendants, the so-called New York Four?
The New York Four?
Seems to be some friction between Mr. Seinfeld and Ms. Bennis. The rumor is that they once dated, and it's possible that ended badly.
I hope you packed enough. This trial could last for weeks.
What's all that?
Cereal?
I'm bringing it for Jerry.
You got enough here for a life sentence?
He likes it. He says he misses that more than anything.
Was it our fault this happened to him? Did we do something wrong? Maybe it was our fault.
Maybe it was your fault.
They've always been like this. Like, they've always, like, shown no regard
They're
for
like
anybody
narcissists.
but themselves. Would it be crazy if they got, like, a worse punishment than the guy who actually robbed him?
Don't worry, I didn't use too much milk because I know we gotta make it last. You know, I've had to reduce my milk level. My whole life, I've always filled to at least 3/4, sometimes the top of the cereal. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
Oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, last year passed a Good Samaritan law. We made it a crime to ignore a fellow human being in trouble.
Not saying I wouldn't help somebody, but also that's a fucked up law.
I feel like you should help because it's, like, the right thing to do. I feel like there's certain situations, but I feel like there's a lot of nuance to this law.
This is a history of selfishness, self-absorption, immaturity, and greed.
But is it a crime to be self-absorbed? Unless you, like, get somebody hurt, which they have.
This time, they are the ones who will pay.
What if it, like, actually ends with them, like, getting convicted?
It is a travesty of justice that these 4 people have been incarcerated while the real perpetrator is walking around laughing.
That's what I said. If they get more, like, of a hoopla than the actual person who robbed the guy, punish the one doing the crime.
We know they were bystanders. Nobody's disputing that. So how can a bystander be guilty? No such thing.
I am on their side in this. Were they rude? Yes. But I don't think they're guilty in the court of law.
Did one of them have a video camera? Your Honor, with the court's permission, we would like to play back that video.
You're gonna hear all the, like, comments.
Come on! Well, there goes the money for the lipo.
Great thing about robbing a fat guy is it's an easy getaway.
What they said is crazy.
It's actually doing him a favor. Less money for him to buy food.
So they just stood there and did nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
Shouldn't you be more mad at the guy who actually robbed you, though?
Call Mabel Choate to the stand.
Do you remember this old lady?
I remember her, but I don't remember the exact situation.
I was in Schnitzer's bakery when I got accosted by that man.
What did he want?
Oh!
My marble rye.
Yes, the marble rye! Oh my gosh!
Shut up, you old pig!
That was something that happened, but it doesn't really have anything to do with this.
Call Marla Penny.
Virgin.
Oh my gosh, their past is coming back to haunt them.
Tell us what happened.
A contest.
So? What's wrong with the contest?
The 4 of them made a wager to see who could go the longest without gratifying themselves.
Mind your business. Why is this making me, like, side with them even more?
Call Donald Sanger to the stand.
Who the hell is that?
Come on, Donald, you're doing fine.
Oh my gosh. Is this the freaking Bubble Boy?
That's right, the Bubble Boy.
What's a bubble boy?
He's a boy who lives in a bubble.
I feel like the Bubble Boy episode really, like, solidified me for this show.
Jerry Seinfeld was supposed to come to my house, but his friend Costanza showed up instead.
It's Moops. Moops. Moops.
Technically, this is the Bubble Boy's fault.
Yeah, he assaulted him. Add another one to the list.
It was Moops.
So you were the doctor on duty the night Susan Ross died.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's a big one.
Could you tell the court, please, what his reaction was?
I would describe it as restrained jubilation.
Murderer! I knew those envelopes were toxic!
Put her in this court.
His reaction to that was crazy.
Ooh. Look at this one.
Oh, the real and spectacular. She's also Susan in Desperate Housewives.
We were in the sauna making chit-chat.
Oh, hi. I'm Elaine. Hi.
Okay, that was clearly an accident.
Pretended to trip and she fell into your breasts.
Oh my gosh.
This is another one in their bucket.
I invited him to attend my son's birthday party.
Oh, I remember this.
That was a good one too. John Favreau was the clown.
I was employed as a security guard in the parking garage at the Garden Valley Shopping Mall.
That's just public urination.
Why would I do it unless I was in mortal danger? I know it's against the law.
I don't know.
Oh, they had the same story too, I remember.
We got a tip that a lot of prostitutes had been turning tricks in the parking lot.
You just cost me some money.
This was a coincidence too.
Yeah. So a man can't dress like a pimp.
That was like the whole thing because they were using, there was the freaking parking lot that was using their cars for the hookers.
So you asked Mr. Seinfeld if he would wear your puffy shirt on the Today Show.
Oh no, the puffy
Oh,
shirt.
the puffy shirt.
Oh, you couldn't hear
her. She's in front of a microphone too.
Sponges. I don't mean the kind you clean your tub with.
What's the point of that? She just bought sponges.
She said she needed a whole case of them.
So, she's allowed.
Call Yev Kasem to the stand.
Oh my gosh, the soup Nazi.
The soup Nazi.
You people have a little pet name for everybody.
He's supposed to be in Argentina.
How do you know the defendants?
They used to come to my restaurant.
Mulligatawny.
I didn't get any bread.
Just forget it, let it go.
No soup for you.
This is like a trip down memory lane.
She ruined my business.
This soup's not all that good anyway.
What did you say?
The state calls Mr. Babu Bhatt.
Wow. Their past really came back around.
Seinfeld told me to change the menu to Pakistani.
You listened. It was your business.
Got me an apartment in his building, but they mixed up the mail, and I never got my immigration
accident.
papers.
I mean, you can't really blame them.
But they did not care. They're totally indifferent.
I mean, that's true, but that's not on trial.
You have the right to be a dick.
Sorry to bother you. If he's found guilty, please be kind to him.
This is highly irregular.
Well, maybe there's something I can do for you.
Oh my gosh.
Plane, what was it you were about to say to me on the plane when it was going down?
I've always loved United Airlines.
You're right. I don't feel like they're gonna get found guilty, because that would be very controversial. I feel like they were on trial for like everything but what they're actually on trial for.
We find the defendants
Guilty.
Oh my gosh, I had a freaking feeling.
I do not know how or under what circumstances the four of you found each other.
Well, maybe they were perfect for each other.
I can think of nothing more fitting than for the four of you to spend a year removed from society
A year? What the heck?
so that you can contemplate the manner in which you have conducted yourselves.
The guy didn't even get hurt. This is like what is this doing to me?
You had to hop on a plane!
Buddy, don't wait for me.
All right.
We gotta get out of here. We want to beat the traffic.
Wow, it's only a year. That's not so bad.
Crazy.
We'll be out in a year.
So I'm assuming the show's not happening.
If I call Jill from prison,
Oh my
gosh.
for the other ones?
Sure.
They still don't really care about anything.
See, now to me, that button is in the worst possible spot.
They're just like going on.
Really?
I think this was like the first conversation they ever had in Seinfeld in the very first episode.
The second button is the key button.
Haven't we had this conversation before?
Wow, is this how it's gonna end?
So what is the deal with the yard? I mean, when I was a kid, my mother wanted me to play in the yard, but of course she didn't have to worry about my next-door neighbor Tommy sticking a shiv in my thigh. And what's with the lockdown? Why do we have to be locked in ourselves? Are we that bad that we have to be sent to prison? In prison? You would think the weightlifting and the sodomy is enough.
Oh my gosh.
How about you? What are you in for?
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Don't steal any of my jokes.
You suck. I'm gonna cut you.
That was Larry David.
Yeah, I figured.
See you in the cafeteria.
Wow.
And that is how Seinfeld ended.
I feel like I have mixed feelings. Before I say how I feel, I can see how it is controversial because they essentially went to jail or they went to prison, basically. And you could be like, okay, was it warranted that they actually would go to prison? So you could look at it from that angle. But I do like how the whole past kind of came back and like it was almost like you got to relive a lot of moments through the show in general. I like that element of it. But I also don't feel like they should have gone jumped prison.
Yeah, I think, watching this now as an adult and all these years passed, after having rewatched a lot of the show leading up to this, there's kind of mixed feelings with me as well, too. I think it's almost a little poetic just because we talked about how narcissistic they were throughout the show, but that's what made it so funny.
Yeah.
I will say this particular 2-episode finale didn't really give them a chance to really shine like in the past, because we were kind of like reliving the great moments, and we didn't have like a big great moment to end it on. It was just, okay, look, here are all the great moments we had. Now they're going to prison because they're assholes and they just didn't help this person, and like here's all like the character weaknesses against them so that can reaffirm how bad of people they are. So there's that element. I think, the whole Good Samaritan thing, I can see where they were going with it, and I will say I don't think it's as bad as I thought it could be, which is weird to say because I've seen this. I think there's another sitcom, I'm not going to spoil the ending, that I thought ended horribly, and that was How I Met Your Mother. I hated that ending. I think this ending was a little bit more fitting than that ending.
I think, like, from a logical, like, personal feeling, like, if I'm looking at, okay, the court case or whatever, like, they shouldn't have gone to prison, but also this is a TV show and it's a comedy. From that perspective, I can kind of see maybe, like, where they were going with the finale, and, like, they didn't redeem the characters, probably because that's who the characters were, and
they're irredeemable.
They stayed true to them, because, like, you saw them even at the end when they were in the cell, just, like, how they were talking,
and George was laughing when they were showing the video of what he said. He was like, oh, that's a good one.
I guess you could also see it from that perspective, that it was like, okay, all the things that they did, it, like, I guess they kind of got their comeuppance in a way, but, like, within the show, kind of fantasy world of the show or whatever, if you kind of, like, take out, like, your real life feelings from it. I actually kind of did like it, though, I will say. Like, I didn't, like, hate it or anything, but, like, I enjoyed watching it, I will say. I didn't, like, oh, I love the finale or whatever. I feel like I'm kind of indifferent to whether I thought it was, like, a horrible finale or, like, a great finale.
I feel like having watched a lot of it more recently than how people watched it over the course of 9 years, we did over the course of a year, it makes a little bit more sense writing wise. Like when the way they decided to end it, even with like that last little joke, which we never went back and watched the very first episode, but that whole little button placement thing, I'm pretty sure was a conversation that George and Jerry had in the diner the very first episode that ever aired. And then there's all the stuff that happened in between, references to like, oh, the contest, like I cheated, that was funny. Kramer having a last little moment to fuck things up just by being himself, falling into like the cockpit and then ending up in this situation and whatnot. They did stay true to the characters, but like I will say, I don't think they had like really great moments to shine. They weren't just kind of like reliving their greatest moments in a sense, so I could see where it was controversial in that sense. But if you have to think about where this show could have ended, using all the things they did to get to this point in order to like reaffirm the fact that they're going to jail and why they would go to jail, even though like the stupid charge was fucking retarded. I just think that they probably could have executed slightly better, but I don't think that it was necessarily a bad way to end these characters, because you're not gonna like, in a show like this that's a sitcom, it's not like somebody's gonna die, I mean, besides Susan. But I'm talking about these main characters. I didn't think that was ever gonna happen, obviously. Like as a kid, I didn't think that. And that's not where your mind typically goes with a sitcom. And I actually feel that I've heard a lot of sitcoms not ending perfectly, and like a lot of people just wanting something there's something left to be desired. And I feel like, with this particular show too, this particular sitcom, I can see where they try to wrap it up as neatly as they could without, I guess, going into a whole different story. And I don't mind it. I just think that it was okay. It was good. It was nice seeing like all the recap and whatnot. And are there things I would change? Yes, but I don't think it was a bad ending, even though a lot of people do think it was a bad ending.
I mean, not everything is going to end like Breaking Bad, and not every show is Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I mean, Game of Thrones did that shit too. They fucking fumbled the ending. So honestly, unless you have an ending in mind when you're telling a story, I feel like a lot of it is like, okay, how could we wrap this up? As opposed to like, okay, I have an end goal in mind and it's like me getting there. With that particular show, I mean, Breaking Bad is a bad example. I mean, it's a great example of a perfect ending, but it's like that is the exception and not the rule. And I think with a show, with any story you want to tell, unless you have an ending in mind, it's a lot of like kind of rush work, I feel like, to find the perfect way to end it. And you see this, it's funny, I'm going to reference a movie series that we went back and rewatched last year, Pirates of the Caribbean. We went back and watched the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean. I remember having very fond memories of the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. I know they made 2 more additionally after that, which we saw them, but they're just kind of out of sight, out of mind. I feel feel like it's the first three you think about with like Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom, and obviously Johnny Depp. And the first one, fantastic.
Yeah.
5-star movie, great movie. But then they progressively got worse. Now, I didn't necessarily dislike how it ended, but those other two movies were nowhere near the quality of the first one. Because the first one, I'd imagine, was like its own independent story, where it's like, okay, there's a little open-endedness. If it was obviously super successful, there could make sequels, but those sequels had to be thought of after the fact. And a lot of times, like I said, unless you know the destination, it's hard to like come up with a perfect destination when you already had a story and like, okay, let's add more on top of it because it was so successful. We have to make more.
I think there also is like a difference between a sitcom versus like, you know, a big scale like TV drama. And I mean, I don't know if other people think that, but that's how I feel. Like, I feel like there's a difference in, I guess, the expectations for like a sitcom ending and whatnot. But I am glad I went into it not knowing anything about it because, yeah, I don't know. I guess I got to like form my own opinion about it. And I think it was fine. Like, I think it, you know, they probably could have done something different, but also I don't think what they did was like necessarily a bad thing either. I do agree with what you said though. It kind of didn't really send off the characters in a way that was like gave them like their moments or anything, but I don't think they really wanted to like give them any sort of redemption arc either. So I think that was kind of why, because
the characters stayed true.
They just kind of like stayed true to themselves and like stayed in their moments, and that was that. Like there was no like remorse or anything for what they did, because I guess that's just not who they were the whole show. Yeah.
It makes me wonder, what would y'all change about the finale? What would you have liked these characters to end on? What note? Because having this discussion with you at the end of this now is making me think about a lot of shows that I've watched, and I feel like there are very few instances where I could think of something being a perfect ending, and literally it's Breaking Bad, like where I saw something and I was like, oh my gosh, that ended perfectly. This is like, you know, something to write in the history books about. Because a lot of shows will end, even if you like the shows, with a whimper. And like How I Met Your Mother was an example I mentioned earlier, but even another show that I'm trying to think of too that I really enjoyed at one point in time too, like let's say Walking Dead. I really liked The Walking Dead, and I didn't even keep up with the final season, and I know they made a whole bunch of spin-off shows, so that's an example of something like just keeping going on and on and on instead of having like a definitive end, which I know that the graphic novel had a definitive end, but I know they kind of veered away from that. And obviously I mentioned Game of Thrones, that went out with a whimper. There was just a lot of instances now, me thinking about shows that I've liked in the past, that I still hold those shows in high regard, but knowing that they didn't end particularly well. Even another sitcom that I know was really popular that we had watched at one point in time, The Office, they lost Steve Carell, and I didn't even watch the finale, like I don't know how many seasons went on after Steve Carell left. I don't even think we watched Steve Carell's last episode. So there's a lot of instances out there of great shows that just don't end it well.
What about Attack on Titan?
Okay, Attack on Titan is up there with Breaking Bad. Perfect ending in my opinion. Controversial, but I loved it.
Yeah, but he also had it in mind.
At 18,
from the beginning.
When he was like young, So I know that's getting into anime. I don't know how many people who watch Seinfeld also know Attack on Titan.
But you should check it out.
Attack on Titan is an amazing
give
show.
it a
And if
try.
Attack on Titan was live action and it was like the same production budget of like a Game of Thrones, that would be the greatest show of all time. It would capture the cultural zeitgeist in more ways than anyone could even imagine. That's just my humble opinion. But like I said, let us know how you would have preferred Seinfeld to end, and also recommend some other sitcoms down in the comments below so that we could possibly veer out and check out some other things out here. We haven't really done any other live action shows in a while. It's really kind of just been a lot of animated stuff, but it's not something that we're actively avoiding. And now that our son is like almost 6 months old, I feel like we're getting out of those newborn trenches, and that we want to go out and do more shows just beyond South Park. And obviously, like I said, the Boondocks and Smiling Friends ended here too. So let us know, and maybe we'll check it out. There's a lot that we have planned for 2026. Check out our other channels too. Casey Cavazos, that's her book channel, but also might touch on movies at some point too. Dabbling in movies. Our vlog channel, Casey and Anthony, that's where we post all of our vlog content. I know Casey and Anthony is a weird YouTube name just because if you've been around since like I think 2009 when that woman in Florida and all that stuff happened, but those are just our names. So check out those other channels, and we will see you in the next video.